Welcome back, everybody. It's JLG Johnny back with another deck profile review. We have something spicy for the crowd. We have a Foxy that went 9-0 in back-to-back store tournaments. This thing's piloted by our good buddy Fram, and let's get into it.
All right, let's start out with the Foxy leader. So when attacking, Don -3, you get to freeze a leader and a character. So you get to freeze 2, but you have to have 3 of the Foxy Pirates on board. So a lot of Don minus, but a great value for the -3. And we're gonna get some of our 2Ks. So these are 4 of our 2Ks we run. Foxy Pirate, Gina. Mainly just a 2K. I don't use it a lot, but it does come up clutch when I really need to use the ability. I play this out for 1 cost. It also gives us a ramp, and it gives us 1 active. So that's really good. And then purple staple right here are 4 other 2Ks. We run Sanji. And honestly, just a purple staple. You know, get it out for 3 costs when you really need a blocker on the board. And yeah, that's pretty much, or 8 2Ks. I know 8 2Ks is not a lot, but I feel like you don't really need it in Foxy because you are resting a character and a leader every turn. 2 of our other Foxy Pirate, Capote. 3. We got 3 Capote, and this card's really good. There are turns I use it. It's a lot of Don minus if you use it with the ability, but you can get a lot of value out of it. You use the -3 to freeze 2 characters, and then if he has a 3rd character on the board, you -1 and keep a character from attacking. So essentially, you're getting 3 attacks off the board. 2 other Foxy Pirates is Pickles. I don't use this a lot. It only comes in clutch on the black matchup because it does prevent anything from getting KO'd other than Pickles. So it saves all your Foxy Pirates. So our next 4. Another purple staple. We got Mr. 2. So Mr. 2 comes in clutch. An L matchup, any matchup where they're running a lot of big bodies. And it's also ramp. Great for this deck. You're minusing a lot, so you want to have a lot of ramp. Just a great card, purple staple, like I said. Next 4 cards, we got our Tony Choppers. Another Foxy Pirate 2-cost blocker that ramps us Arrested Don if we're equal or lower than our opponent. So honestly, yeah, just such a good card in Foxy. Play it off of the Porsche. We play a lot of stuff off of the Porsche in this deck, and honestly, that's what we're going to talk about in a bit. Next 4. Name's kind of tough to say, Itomi Mizu, but activate main, you gain Arrested Don. So every turn, if this stays on the board, you get Arrested Don every turn just by activating it. Great card. Does get messed up by law. It's just a free body you could bottom deck. But if this sticks, it makes this ability basically almost free. If this sticks and your Foxy stick, then you're in a great position to win. Another great 2-cost Foxy Pirate. So the ability is activate main, you trash it, and you gain 1 Don from your Don deck rested. So the main play with this is if you only have 2, you don't have much Don, you play this, use the ability, and then after you use the ability, you just trash it to get 1 back. Make sure you trash it, make sure it doesn't stay on the board, because a lot of people read it and it's like, oh, just kill it before he gets his Don. Really annoying. It happened to me the first time I played it. Didn't, learn from my mistakes. Learn from your mistakes, guys. Next 4 cards. The staple of the main guy in this deck, Foxy. So I don't know if you guys, this card is amazing. It minuses 1K on your opponent's turn. So if he has 5K bodies, he has to commit 1 Don to even swing at you. And Another great ability, same thing as a 3-cost Ito Mimizu. He ramps you a Dawn back rested every turn. You just activate main, you get a Dawn back rested. The great thing about this card is you can have multiple on the board and gain multiple Dawn, gain multiple, the ability stack. So this is great. So there's been games where I have 3 of these on the board, minus 3k. They gotta commit 3 Dawn just to swing a 5k body, which is insane. And obviously, great card in the Foxy because minus 3, you're minusing a lot of Dawn, but you got a lot of ramp to go back up. And great thing about this card too is, unlike the Ito Mimizu, this card you could use them if you have multiple on the board. Ito Mimizu, you could only have 1 on the board at a time. All right, next card. Let's get into the Porsche. This is what gets this started. Honestly, turn 3, play for 3. You search. And you get to play a character. You search for a Foxy Pirate. You get to play a character, any character, not just a Foxy Pirate, that's 4K or less for free. So you could play a Bon Clay, you could play your Choppers, your Ito Mimizus, and that -1, just basically you ramp it back up with anything you play in this deck. And it's an awesome card. Sometimes I tend to save it for my 8 Dawn or my 7 Dawn turn. Just depends on what I'm playing in the matchup, but it's a really good card. Next card. Another purple staple. Useless Captain Kid. I'm sure everyone knows what this ability does. On your turn, if you minus Dawn, you gain 1 back active. And like I said, kind of same thing as why it works so well on Law. Same thing as Foxy. You -3, gain 1 back, and you're not losing as much Dawn. And especially if you have the Foxy and Ito Mimizus on board, this really comes in clutch because you're always a lot of the time with this deck you're going neutral. All right. Oof. The killer in our deck. You use a 9-cost Kaido, and I run 4 of these. A lot of bricks. 4 bricks right here, but game changer. Really, especially if you have the Ito Mimizus on board, if you have a Kid on board, if you have a Foxy on board, playing this, you minus, I believe it's 5. You -5, you KO one of their 6 costs or less, and it gains rush. So say you have an Ito Mimizu on board, you're only minusing 4. If you play this, you're probably not using leader ability. But great card. I wouldn't cut it down. Honestly, this has won me a lot of games. KO one of their blockers and just go for game. Our events now. I run slow beam sword. I want to bump this up to 4. I haven't had problems at 3, but honestly, people run it at 2. I would not run it at 2. Such a good card. I see myself in some turns using 2 of these. I hold on to them until the end because, yeah, a lot of the times they know they're coming, but when they're going for game, you use 2 of these, gain 9k, freeze 2 bodies. You freeze 2 bodies, it makes it a lot harder for them to, and it's not freeze, rest. So you rest 2 bodies, it makes it a lot harder for them to math it out, go for game, and it just puts them in a position where they have to attack board. And if you have counter in your hand, if you, it's really easy to win on the crackback when you rest stuff. Even resting their blockers, knowing that, oh, they can't go for game, but you rest blockers they have on board to set you up for the win. These are awesome. I run 3 because I love this card. I want to bump it up to 4. Last card. I see a lot of people want 1 of these. I like it at 2. Me with my events, man. I really love my events. This has won me last week's game against the Boa. It won me the finals. I top deck this. It just stands your leader. You get to swing big. So Also, you could also do 2 freezes if you really want to. You swing 5. You know, you use some of your Dawn first. Swing 5, -3. Freeze the leader and a character. And if you really have to, you play this to bring it back up, and you get to do ability again. The ability is not a once per turn, so it is a lot of minus. You -6, but it has saved me. It has saved me games before, because honestly, 3 bodies off the board, you're basically 10 cost go-fing them at that point. It's kind of insane.
Appreciate it, Fram. Is there any changes you'll make in the deck, you think? I know you mentioned some of those event changes, but is there anything else you're thinking about changing out or taking in?
Honestly, no, not really. Everything I have wanted to add the big button for a while. I just feel like this thing I struggle with in this deck is drawing cards, having cards in my hand. So I need probably thinking of adding 2 Reijus.
Sure, just
I'm,
because you went down so much.
I'm under so much that 2 Reijus, you play a Reiju, get 2 cards back, or even a Queen, because the Queen blocker, you know.
Yeah,
Great
just
card. I
additional
need something to
minus.
get more cards in my hand, more of the spice in my hand.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Fram.
Thanks.